wonderful children of Sri Shakti group of institutions, the vice chairman here, and Mrs. Geetanjali, who had taken great pains in organizing and coordinating this session with all the faculty, and Sindhuja, thanks for that nice introduction. So it's my pleasure and privilege to be with all these children and the faculty of Sri Shakti on this important day for the medical community. I was really awestruck and very thrilled to see the videos which you posted initially, and especially the COVID protocol, which was very aptly displayed by your young children. And I think they have made my job easy by showing whatever has to be followed during the COVID times by both children and adults. Yeah, so today, as a pediatrician, I thought that we should touch upon or interact on how to take care of the health of our children in a holistic way. It is not only during COVID times, it's important always. When we say a child is healthy, we not only look at a child whether he is physically healthy, we always look at the health of a child in a holistic way. I think that is very, very important for both parents, teachers, as well as doctors, so that we will raise a very healthy society. Because as we all know, children are going to be the pillars of the next generation, and they are going to be the people who are serving the society. They can run many professions. They can take part in many activities. In fact, they will be the people who will be ruling us also. So it is very important and vital for all of us to work together to nurture these children and help them grow healthy. So உங்க எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும், ஹெல்த் அப்படின்னாலே physically healthy, mentally healthy, socially healthy-ஆ இருக்கணும், and also psychologically healthy-ஆ இருக்கணும். So all these aspects are very important to get an appropriate or a healthy child. So இதுல நம்ம ஒவ்வொரு அங்கமா கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் பார்க்கலாம். So இதுல ரொம்ப important period for a child's growth அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, குழந்தை பிறக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி the first 270 days in the mother's womb plus the first 2 years of the child's life, that is 365 days of first year and 365 days of second year. So put together, this is always referred to as the first 1000 golden days of every child's life. இந்த பாயிண்ட் நமக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். பிகாஸ் நம்ம ஒரு 3 to 5 years வரைக்கும் தான் ஃபார்மேட்டிவ் இயர்ஸ் ஃபார் எவ்ரி சைல்ட். அதுல ரொம்ப கிரிட்டிக்கல் பீரியட் எதுன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, குழந்தை பிறக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கிற ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 270 days இன்சைட் தி மதர்ஸ் ஹோம். வைஸ் சேர்மன் அழகா சொன்னார் இல்லையா, லைக் த மதர் டேக்ஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் pressure and pain to give birth to a child, and she carries a baby for about 9 months very patiently to bring about a healthy baby. So that period is the most critical period. Along with that, the first 2 years of every child's life, இததான் நம்ம முதல்ல 1000 golden daysனு சொல்றோம். ஏன்னா இந்த ஸ்டேஜ்ல நம்ம எதை கவனிக்காம கோட்டை விட்டாலும் we will not be able to bring it back in the later years. This is very, very important to understand. So in the period, pregnant women as well as a baby after birth in the first 2 years, we have to give safety. I would say this is my first and foremost insistence. Safety is very, very important. So safety நம்ம சொல்லும்போது, it should be environmental safety, food should be appropriate and safe, and it should be stress free also. All these aspects are important so that the baby who is going to be born or in the first 2 years entering into toddlerhood, the baby will be safe and healthy. So இந்த சேஃப்டி மெஷர்ஸ் எதுலெல்லாம் நாங்கள் அஃபெக்ட் ஆகிறத பார்க்குறோம்னா, என்வரன்மெண்டல் டாக்ஸின்ஸ். இப்போ எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா, ஒரு ஃபார்ம் ஹவுஸில் மதர் கேன் பி கோயிங் அரவுண்ட் வேர் பெஸ்டிசைட்ஸ், ஹெர்பிசைட்ஸ் ஆர் ஸ்ப்ரேட். ஸோ தீஸ் கேன் காஸ் ஹார்ம் டு தி அன்பார்ன் பேபி. அதே மாதிரி நம்ம வீட்டில் நம்ம வால்லலாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பெயிண்ட்ஸ் அடிக்கிறோம் இல்லையா, there's lot of sometimes lead content in cheap paints. So this lead content in the wall paints can also affect an unborn baby. The food carry toxins, so we have to be very careful in the kind of food you are giving to the pregnant women and the children in the first formative years. and more importantly, she has to be physically and mentally stress free. So both at home as well as in the working atmosphere. இப்போ எல்லாருமே both husband and wife are working, so the women till she gives birth to the child, she will be definitely working most of the time. So we have to ensure that the environment is safe and conducive for her. So especially when a woman is in the computer profession, where she has to use lot of internet usage is there, she has to be constantly with gadgets and all that. This may cause sometimes harm to the baby. So we have to definitely limit the time to which the mother is exposed to, especially during the first 3 to 4 months of pregnancy, because that is the time when the baby's organs are being formed, right? So mother's nutrition is also very important. All of you know that if the mother has deficiency of iron, or the mother has deficiency of zinc, mother has deficiency of B complex group of vitamins, and more importantly folic acid. Okay, so these things can cause damage to the unborn child, especially when the organs are being formed. There is a chance that these babies can have either hearing impairment or vision impairment, or they can be born with dysmorphic features and spinal cord problems and all that. So all these things can be prevented if the mother concentrates, focuses on good nutrition with micronutrients. This is one important point we have to remember. Micronutrients are very, very important during pregnancy as well as early childhood. So once the mother gives birth to the baby, the first thing we always look at is the birth weight of the baby. That is very important. ஸோ நாங்கள் எப்போவுமே வெளியில் வரும்போது குழந்தைய நாங்கள் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிறந்த உடனே எடுத்துட்டு வந்து வெளியில் அம்மா அப்பாட்ட காமிப்போம், தாத்தா பாட்டி இருப்பாங்க. ஸோ they'll be very eagerly waiting to receive the baby from us. Every time it's a pleasure for us also when we come and show a baby to the father and the grandparents. But sometimes எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப வருத்தமாகவும் இருக்கும், because when we bring the baby, their first question is, இது பாயா கேர்ளா? So this is sometimes the first question asked. It makes us really wonder. I think our interest should switch to say whether it's a healthy child. I think that is what is important, not the sex of the baby. So what if we have 2 girls? It is not an issue. I am a second girl, and there is no qualms about it. My parents brought me so well, and they allowed me to aspire to whatever I wanted to do. So I think health of a baby begins right before birth and at the time of birth, and the good weight and a good growth at birth itself is a definite indicator that this baby has been healthy in utero, inside the mother. So once a baby is born, the nutrition for the baby, obviously the first 6 months we expect only breastfeeding. This is again very important for us to understand, because breast milk is, we can say it is the golden liquid, it is the platinum liquid, you can call it however you want, but it is the most important immune booster which is naturally available for our babies. So as soon as possible after delivery, we want the baby to be given the colostrum, the initial milk, followed by subsequently the first 6 months only breastfeeding. So this is shown to improve not only the baby's physical growth, but also the mental growth. These babies are found to be brainier, because nowadays we say children, it's not sufficient to be very healthy alone, they have to be smarter also. So every parent has an expectation that she or he has to achieve so much according to what they aspire. So to be smarter, again, breast milk is very, very important. So first 6 months we should encourage only breastfeeding. After 6 months, we start the baby with complementary feeds. As you all know, complementary feeds abdinone, people have lots of choices, because this is the time now mother can little relax and food can be given by people other than the mother at home as well. So this is where the party will pitch in almost always. So that's the time when they start immediately motivating the mother to cut down breast milk and introduce matapal or some other food which they think is more nutritious, but unfortunately it is not so. So often I find that in our place there is a habit of saying oru maattu paal. So many parents with their grandparents, when they come to clinic, the grandmother keeps insisting, see, I am having and rearing a cow just for this baby to grow up to 6 months so that I can start giving maattu paal and let my daughter be little free of this. So we said, unfortunately, I'm not going to allow you to do that. Till 2 years, your daughter is going to feed the baby. But we can start with complementary feeds, which can be prepared at home with what your custom or your tradition follows. Some people had asked questions also, like modern culture versus tradition, which is better and all that. I think you should have a basic principle: eat what your forefathers ate. It's very simple. So the baby's digestive system is based on the ancestors and what the parents ate. So if the parents in Coimbatore have been used to ragi, the millets, which is very important diet in our district, I think that is what you should offer your babies also. There's no point giving a baby oats and quinoa and all that which comes from the Western countries here. And they say that this is much more nutritious than our rice, our brown rice, or our millets. Unfortunately, please do not believe, and it is untrue. So let the baby begin with complementary feeds which are prepared by you at home with your own custom and tradition. So you can start with ragi, you can start with rice, and when you use any kind of cereal, ensure that you use a whole grain instead of polished rice, because in a whole grain, when the husk is there, it is going to give you enough amount of B complex group of vitamins. So with that, you add lots of vegetables and fruits. We want the meal to be always not only tasty but colorful too. So add varied kinds of vegetables and fruits to the babies right from 6 months onwards, and give it also in various textures, because only if the baby feels the texture of the fruits and vegetables and little pulp, they will get their masticatory muscles, the chewing muscles work, and they get this habit of chewing and eating. Again, it's a common complaint we face, no? By 8 to 9 months, till they keep grinding it very well in the mixie and they keep giving it in a very mashed form. It is okay till the age of 8 to 9 months, but beyond that, we need to encourage them to take feeds of various textures and kinds, including finger foods. Make the baby feel the food and put it in the mouth. All these things are important so that you don't end up with feeding issues in a baby. This is a common thing which is done by many mothers, knowingly or unknowingly, and later on they come with a complaint, என் குழந்தை ஒண்ணுமே சாப்பிட மாட்டேங்குது, எப்படி சாப்பிட வைக்கிறது. So for this, I think prevention is always better. So don't get into this problem. Start from early childhood the right method of feeding practice and keep trying. I know it needs lot of patience. So if both the parents share this burden, it will be really helpful. And if it is a joint family, definitely you are going to get help from the other members as well. So that ultimately we want the child to eat a healthy food and also happily, not by force feeding. Right. So this is with regard to nutrition. So safety and nutrition. Next, coming to how to keep the child mentally active. This is very, very important, because ஒரு குழந்தைய நீங்க வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 1 இயர்க்குள்ள அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு 4 to 5 விசிட்ஸ் ஆகுது பீடியாட்ரிஷியன்ட்ட கூட்டிட்டு போவீங்க இல்லையா? பிகாஸ் யூ ஹேவ் 3 வேக்சினேஷன் விசிட்ஸ் and then you will have 1 vaccination MMR at 9 months. So you will be definitely going 4 to 5 times to your pediatrician, whether it is a government setup or a private setup, doesn't matter. But whenever you go, you always look at whether the child's weight is fine. Is the child gaining height? But what about mental growth? How many of you go and ask your pediatrician, is my child mentally healthy? I find even after 20-21 years of practice, there are very few people who wonder about mental growth of babies. This is very important, because as you all know, now we have a growing increase in number of autism, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and so many developmental disorders which keep coming up and being recognized more and more. Not that it didn't exist in the past. Even in our own times also it must have existed, but they were not picked up or they were not categorized at that time as autism, ADHD and all that. But now, with the science improving, with the medical field doing more and more research, now we know we can do something during the critical period and early childhood, and you bring this child as close to normal as possible and completely make them learn well. This is very important for us as parents to understand, that you check whether the baby's brain is healthy. So what do we do? The pediatrician, if you see, they will use a simple inch tape to measure the head circumference of the baby. This is a very simple test all of us can do. So if the head circumference is growing according to the age, that means your child's brain is growing normally. This is a very easy, simple way of knowing the child's brain growth. So this we keep measuring till the age of 2 years, because most of the growth is of the brain is complete by 2 years. That is why we keep insisting what you do with the child in the first 2 years is very, very important, because the baby's brain weight reaches 90% of the adult brain weight before the age of 5 years. After that, the increase in brain weight or the number of connections in the brain, the neurons in the brain is very less. It's only 10%. Most of the networks in the brain are formed in the first 5 years. In that too, 90% is formed in the first 2 years of life. So this is the time when we have to keep the baby well stimulated in all aspects. So when you visit a pediatrician during these visits, one, you have to get the head circumference checked and see whether it is growing normally. Second, the 5 important milestones, we call it as milestones, no? When a child is developing, whether the child is doing appropriate actions for that age. ஒரு 3 மாச குழந்தைட்ட நம்ம என்ன எதிர்பார்ப்போம்? குழந்தை வந்து முகம் பார்த்து சிரிக்கணும். And if the mother or father or anybody interacts with the baby makes cooing noises. அப்படின்னு சத்தம் போடுறது. And the baby has a smile of recognition. Immediately, the moment the mother arrives, the baby will have a beautiful smile. And when the mother makes any emotions, the baby will connect with her. So this milestone at 3 months is very important. In fact, this is one of the first milestone achieved by a baby, an infant, is social smile. So if the baby is not smiling even by the age of 3 months, we have to be concerned. You should take the baby to a pediatrician to check whether the development is okay. By the age of 5 to 6 months, we expect the baby to roll over and also make noises and look up at people, known people, have stranger anxiety at unknown people. So all these things come up by 5 to 6 months. By 8 to 9 months, the child will be mostly able to sit by himself or herself and start picking up objects from the things, and also reciprocate whatever the parents or anybody is telling. So the baby will be able to observe what is happening in the surroundings. He will start interacting with the parents. So if you make any games like peekaboo, amma kano, and then the baby will take out and play. So these things come around 8 to 10 months. And by 1 year, the baby should be able to say bisyllables. We say mama, kaka, tata, like that. So these are some of the important milestones which you should monitor in every baby as they grow, so that by 1 year the baby has achieved appropriate milestones for age. Together with this, we always insist on early stimulation of the baby. இப்போ பேபிஸ் வந்து ஸ்கூலுக்கு வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் குழந்தை ஸ்டிமுலேட் ஆகுமா? இல்ல, பேரண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் தி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டீச்சர்ஸ். ஸோ யூ ஆர் த டீச்சர். இன் கோவிட் டைம்ஸ் ஐ கேன் டெல் you continue to be the teachers. So even though teachers are helping you, but you are still the primary teacher for your children. So in the times la, you should start stimulating the baby right from birth. எப்படி stimulate பண்ணலாம் ஒரு குழந்தைய? So you can talk to the baby very often. That is very important. Even however busy you are and you go for work, you come back, but I think your approach should be baby centric. Whether it is father or mother, make sure you interact with the baby, you speak to the baby often. And second, you can play some kind of music. So for hearing senses, you can stimulate the hearing senses by playing music. Visual stimulation can be done by showing lots of colors. So the colors can be in the form of rattles. நம்ம யூசுவலா கிலுகிலுப்பையில தான் குழந்தைய நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் விளையாட ஆரம்பிக்கிறது. So use different colors, shapes, sizes. You can have wall hangings of different colors, and they keep moving, the baby keeps seeing it. And touch the baby. The very important, the baby needs cuddling, hugging and touching. These are all to improve the sense of touch. So all the organs of the babies have to be stimulated right from birth. So when we do all these things, the baby's mental health improves vastly, which goes a long way in their performance later, right? So both physical growth and mental growth should go hand in hand when you bring up a child, and continue breastfeeding till the age of 2 years. So once you do the stimulation, you will be able to identify the issues like autism. You come across certain conditions like the baby is not having eye contact. If the baby is not looking at you, eye contact is not there, or speech is not developed even by the age of 1 to 2 years. He is still in monosyllables. He has not started making words, or he is in his own world. The child is continuing to play by himself or herself, and he doesn't enter group play. He is not bothered much about the surroundings. So when these things are there, we have to be concerned about whether this child has any developmental disorder. So that is again an important time that you will check with your pediatrician whether the child is growing well or he needs any intervention. Right. So once we see this age, now coming to the age group of 3 to 5, I'm sure in this Shakti institutions, now the parents who are all here, I'm sure these children will be in the age group of 3 to 5 years. Right. In this age group, the common issues what we come across, one is foreign bodies. These children are very curious. They are exploring. They want to try various things at home. So there are lots of temptations at home when certain colored objects can be very pleasing to them. And the first inclination is to try putting it into the mouth. So we often come across poisoning in this form, like camphor. They put batteries, especially button battery is a very common thing what we come across in this times. Because it's very small and it is also attractive and very shiny, they immediately tend to put it into the mouth. Sometimes they even instill it into the nose or the ears, and we have to remove the foreign body from the other sense organs too. So safety again is the most important thing till the age of 5 years, because at this time they are not aware of what will be the effect of these things. So we need to be cautious. We need to keep the home very, very safe and child friendly, particularly if you are going to leave the child with a caretaker or with grandparents, because they might also be old. They may not be able to see the child continuously. So it is our responsibility to keep the house very friendly and also safely for the children. Next important thing is, in this age group, common nutritional issues we face is, as I already told you, anemia. Because once they enter this 3 to 5 years, they now start watching televisions. So they are now tempted to eat unwanted foods. So far we had been very safely keeping them away from junks, but once they cross the 2 to 3 years, nowadays we see it even after 1 year, but by 2 to 3 years they definitely have a tendency for entering and eating the junk food, because they constantly see their heroes coming for advertisements in the television. No, I am a Complan boy, or I am a Horlicks girl, and all that. So when they start seeing all these things, children are also tempted to eat different kinds of unwanted stuff. So our Indian Academy of Pediatrics, of which I am also a member of, has coined a very nice acronym called JUNCS, JUNCS. So J stands for junk food. Junk food means anything which is not healthy, or which is processed, or which is going to have excess calories or excess salt or excess sugar. So basically all this stuff is called as junk. So J is for junk. U is for ultra processed food. So the food, for example, ஒரு சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா, ஒரு உருளைக்கிழங்க நீங்க வேக வச்சு அப்படியே ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா it is good nutrition. அதே உருளைக்கிழங்க நீங்க சின்ன சின்னதா வெட்டி அதை ஒரு எண்ணெயில பொரிச்சு அதை சிப்ஸ் ஆக்கி, அதுக்கப்புறம் அதுல நிறைய உப்பை போட்டு அதுல கொஞ்சம் மசாலா காரம் எல்லாம் போட்டு அதை நீங்க ஒரு பேக்கெட்ல பேக் பண்ணி, அந்த பேக்கெட்டை ஒரு வேக்யூம் சீல்டு பேக்கெட்ல அது நமக்கு நிறைய பேர்ல இப்போ சிப்ஸா வருது. ஸோ இப்படி நீங்க அந்த குழந்தைக்கு அதே உருளைக்கிழங்க கொடுக்கும்போது அதுல இருந்து எந்த நியூட்ரிஷனும் அந்த குழந்தைக்கு கிடைக்க போறது இல்லை. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் யூ ஃபார் அல்ட்ரா ப்ராசஸ்ட் ஃபுட். ஸோ வி ஷுட் கீப் அவே ஃப்ரம் தீஸ் அல்ட்ரா ப்ராசஸ்ட் ஃபுட் அண்ட் கிவ் தட் ஃபுட் இன் தட் ஃபார்ம் இட் செல்ஃப். N stands for non-nutritious. If something doesn't have nutrition, the one important example is our easily available biscuits. So if it has maida, it has excess sugar, it is not going to give you any good calories, or it contains trans fats. Again, non-nutritious food we have to keep away from children to the extent possible. C stands for carbonated and aerated drinks. குழந்தைகளுக்கெல்லாம் இந்த சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே பெப்சி, கோக் இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இந்த பேக்கெட்ல வர ட்ரிங்க்ஸை நம்ம கொடுக்க வேண்டிய சில டைம்ஸ்ல பார்க்குறோம். பிகாஸ் ஃபினான்ஷியலி ஆல்சோ சம்டைம்ஸ் தே ஆர் ப்ரெஸ் டு டூ ஸோ. ஐ ஃபைண்ட் தட் இப்போ மார்க்கெட்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட் இஸ் ஸோ டிஸ்ப்ரப்போர்ஷனேட். யூ கோ டு அன்னபூர்ணா and you want to eat a plate of idli and you want to have a cup of milk. It costs much more than eating a packet of Lay's or Cheetos chips and drink one bottle of Sprite or Coke or whatever. So when people are pressed for money, I feel that they tend to move towards unhealthy food. This is a sad scenario in our country, and I hope government is also noticing all these things, and I hope changes happen. So the foods which are nutritious should be made cheaper than the foods which are non-nutritious. That is my personal opinion. And last, so this is carbonated and aerated drinks. And last, yes, is sweets. Excess sweets for the baby right from childhood is not good. So this is the term coined, so that as pediatrician, wherever I go and give a talk, I definitely tell this message, because even if you are able to follow this right from birth till adolescent age, then definitely it brings a major change in the child's diet. Once in a way, if you are not able to resist temptations, you can give it as a what you can say, as a gift for something which the child has achieved. So I usually advise my parents, you have a calendar in your hall or a dining hall. So you ask the child to tick. So today I have given you a chocolate. So this day is called chocolate day. I will be giving you a chocolate every Saturday. So you come, you tick, you have had your chocolate today. So if you maintain this principle right from early childhood and don't allow the children to eat whenever they want to this junk, and we get these foods and keep it in the fridge, so it is easily accessible to the child whenever they come home after schooling, definitely it is going to promote wrong foods. So limit wherever possible in the age group of 3 to 5 years, because as I already told you, nutrition in this age group is very vital for body and brain. Right. Next important thing in the age group of kindergarten is physical activity. Right. It is important throughout our life. It is important for adolescents too, because yes, in this COVID times, now we see most of the children have put on weight. நான் ஒரு வருஷம் முன்னாடி ஒரு குழந்தைய பார்த்தோம்னா இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாமே ஒரு 8 to 10 kilos இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆயிருக்காங்க. அண்ட் these children have been sitting at home, and the parents how they give physical activity to the children apart from the online classes they sit in front of the computer at that time, but that time in kindergarten is hardly 40 minutes or 1 hour. So it is ultimately with the parents what they do with physical activity of their children. So in the 3 to 5 years age group la nama IAP Indian Academy of Pediatrics la nama enna solrom appadina unstructured play. Structured play will start only after 5 years. So we cannot obviously send a child to play shuttle, tennis or yoga and all that below the age of 5. So what do we do? Unstructured play. Allow the child to have free run inside the house, running, climbing, getting down, climb stairs up and down, and play hide and seek. So run and play, kick a ball, okay, bending exercises. You put lot of things on the ground. Make sure that the child picks it up. It is often we have an ayamma to pick it up, or we ourselves parents we pick it up, so that then the child ends up without getting any exercises. So we have to ensure as parents that we allow the children to participate in small works at home right from childhood. Once they finish the play, ensure they themselves pack it back. They pack the toys and they put it properly in that place. So this is very important, because it is also part of the child's activity, right? So encourage them to be physically active at least for 2 to 3 hours a day, and it can be a unstructured play. So ultimately this child will maintain an appropriate physical growth for that age and will prevent overweight and obesity later. More importantly, if the child is physically active, then we will be ensured that the child sleeps well. again. So coming to next important point for this age is good sleep. அதை நம்ம எல்லாருமே ரொம்ப அண்டர் எஸ்டிமேட் பண்றோம். அண்ட் பேரண்ட்ஸ் ஹாவ் திஸ் கான்ஸ்டன்ட் கம்ப்ளைண்ட், குழந்தை நைட்டு தூங்குறதே இல்லை, அண்ட் 11-12 மணி ஆனாலும் the child is awake. So he makes us sleep and then only he goes to sleep. This is another common complaint. So I think இதுல வந்து parents and நம்மளும் we are to be blamed because we don't have a sleep hygiene first of all. So because of our job as well, because of our commitment to the profession, sometimes it is not possible fully, but at least one of the parents should be available with the child to make the child sleep at the same time every day. So this we call as sleep hygiene. The sleep hygiene is very, very important right from birth. So the child should be put to sleep at the same time, in the same circumstances or same environment. In the room la in the time ku in the குழந்தைய நாம கூட்டிட்டு போறோம். So இதே இது we have to keep continuing and allow the child to play in the evening between the time of 4 to 6 p.m. and then give a child a nice bath and they give the child a good dinner. After that, if there are lots of stimulations at home, like a TV is playing or the child is given a mobile phone or the child ends up with a gadget, again the brain is going to be stimulated. Your stimulatory hormones are going to be working. Then child sleep will be definitely postponed because long screen activity is shown to reduce the hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is an important hormone for sleep. So in the melatonin cycle usually comes only after the light is switched off. நமக்கு பிரெயின்ல மெலட்டோனின் பிட்யூட்டரியிலேருந்து வரணும்னா அதுக்கு முக்கியமான ஸ்டிமுலஸ் என்னன்னா டார்க்னஸ், இருட்டில் போனாதான் அது செக்ரீட் ஆகும். But if the baby, child or adult is with the screen continuously, obviously you know lot of light rays we are exposed to. So melatonin is not going to happen. So when melatonin is delayed, the sleep will also be delayed. Secondly, we should not give any cocoa containing chocolates or caffeinated drinks like tea or coffee. These things should be kept away from children in the early childhood because all these things are considered as stimulants for the baby. So if this is avoided in the food, you give the child adequate physical activity. As far as possible, you give them good nutritious meal. Stimulate them according to age group. So you have different kinds of toys for different ages, no? So age appropriate toys vechu nama vilayada vekanum. So in the age group of 2 to 5 years la how the parents can occupy their children all the time at home. So idu ellathukkum nama time vechukanum. So there should be a daily discipline that the child wakes up, attends class, and after that what you are going to do with these children. So you have to allow them to play, like pretend play பண்ணலாம். ஒரு வீட்லயே ஒரு ஆக்ஷன் போட்டு ஒரு டிராமா மாதிரி யூ கேன் டூ அன் ஆக்டிவிட்டி. லெட் த சைல்ட் ட்ரெஸ் அப் லைக் நவ் வாட் தே டிட், லைக் அ டாக்டர் ஆர் லைக் அ வெஜிடபிள் வெண்டர் ஆர் லைக் அ மெக்கானிக், எனி கைண்ட் ஆஃப் plays or any kind of roles they can do, and all of you will be members of it. So the family members have to take an active part in raising these children during these tough times, especially because you are the ones going to spend all the time with the children. So you have to grow them healthy and also take care of their brain health and psychological health. They should not at any point feel left alone or frustrated. I'm bored. This word should not come from a child because children are, this is the phase when children, there is no word called bored, but often now we hear that children also come and say bore adikudhu. So that should not come from children. So these are some of the ways by which we keep our children occupied during the day and maintain a sleep hygiene. Now coming to the next important aspect is screen hygiene. Ipo nama sleep paatha mari we should also maintain a screen hygiene. The screen hygiene na enna, we know the gadgets have is both a boon and a bane. இப்போ இந்த கோவிட் டைம்ஸ்ல இந்த 1.5 yearsல நமக்கு யாருக்குமே கேட்ஜெட்ஸே இல்லை, we didn't have internet அப்படின்னா do you seriously think that we would have been able to occupy our children well? Of course not. Even for us, we are able to communicate with each other, even this Zoom call, or we are able to communicate with our friends or attend any meetings or keep participating in social activities only through this media. So the media has lots of plus points as well, and this is one saving grace for all the parents during this time. But what about the disadvantages of the internet or the surfing the net, browsing and all that for children? So we recommend children below 2 years should not be given any screen time. That is very clear. Less than 2 years, there is no screen time for children. So in order to pacify a child or make a child eat, we often find the parents use the phone. So if a phone is given to the child sits in one place. It is easy for the parents to give food to the baby. But unfortunately, this is going to cause more harm on a long run. So less than 2 years, please stay away from gadgets for your children. So in order to do so, as adults, we have to maintain screen hygiene. ஸோ இப்போ நான் ஸ்க்ரீன் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கேன், நான் அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப்பில் சேட் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கேன், இல்லை ஐ எம் இன் இன்ஸ்டா டாக்கிங் டு சம்படி, then definitely my son or daughter will ask me, you are doing this, then I can also do it. So this question will spontaneously come. So screen hygiene should be maintained by us also, because we are the role models for children. So unless your profession is dependent on it, where you may have to spend more time, but we can reduce our screen time and maintain a screen hygiene and be a role model to our children so that they don't learn this habit early on. And from 2 to 5 years, we recommend 1 hour of screen activity every day. So in kindergarten school, if school is happening online, I think it should not exceed a maximum of 1 to 1.5 hours, not more than that. You can have 30-minute session twice. And this sessions again, many times parents come and complain, my child is not sitting in front of online class at all. The moment class is switched on, he or she runs away. Whereas if they show any cartoon or they play any YouTube channel, they are able to sit even for hours. So what is the difference? It is the same screen, it is the same sound and all that, but yet they are attracted to something and they are not attracted to something, because we keep telling them that this is class, this is learning, you are going to see your teacher. So this is like introducing a monster to a child. So just before bringing a child to clinic for vaccination, the mother keeps at home telling that the doctor is going to give you injection, or if you don't eat, I'm going to complain to the doctor and all that. The moment the child comes inside the clinic, they start crying. So we appear like monsters to them. So this is the same thing which is happening with online also. So it is not, it has to appear that this is a pleasurable event. It is not something which is forced on the child. So make it pleasurable as possible. Keep the classes more activity based. This is one important thing which has shown again and again. Till the age of 5 to 6 years, there should not be a monotonous class. There should be a two-way learning. It has to be an interactive learning to the extent possible, and usage of toys, usage of activities. And if possible, you can also give the option of sending the sessions to the mother, and the mother can always do it with the children. Not necessary that the child has to sit in front of the online class. If the child is not able to do so because of eye pain or because of any other genuine reason, we can give them the option of going through the same session with the mother and then submit whatever has to be done. So online schooling for the age of kindergarten can be an option, but if it is so, I think it has to be a 30-minute session, not exceeding 1 to 1.5 hours in a day, and adequate gaps should be there. To maintain screen health, we have a nice phrase of rule of 20. I'm sure many of you must have heard it. So rule of 20 அப்படின்னா 20 minutesக்கு ஒரு தடவை நம்ம யாருமே we have to look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So if I have been looking at the screen now for 20 minutes, in between I have to take my eyes away, look at something which is 20 feet away, and also for 20 seconds. So this rule of 20 is to prevent development of eye problems, not only for children but also for adults. So that should be something which should be practiced right from childhood onwards. We can of course wash the eyes in between. Whenever they have spent a little more time than expected online, we usually advise them to wash their eyes, splash some water and wash their eyes so that the eye muscles don't get strained. So these are some things which we can follow to maintain our screen hygiene. Finally, I would like to say that when we say wholesome development, a holistic development for child, I think education should inculcate values. Value-based education is what is needed for our children. இத ரொம்ப அழகா ஒரு பெரிய எஜுகேஷனிஸ்ட் ஜே கிருஷ்ணமூர்த்தி நீங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. ஸோ அவரோட நைஸ் வேர்ட்ஸ் ஐ ஆல்வேஸ் அப்ரிஷியேட் தட் வேல்யூ இல்லாத ஒரு எஜுகேஷன் இஸ் லைக் அ ஃப்ளவர் வித்தவுட் நெக்டர், ஆர் இட்ஸ் லைக் அ ட்ரீ வித்தவுட் ஃப்ரூட், ஸோ ஆர் அ பேர்ட் வித்தவுட் விங்ஸ். ஸோ அதுக்கெல்லாம் என்ன யூஸ் இருக்கு? ஒரு ஃப்ளவர் நெக்டரே இல்லைன்னா அதுகிட்ட பீஸே வரப்போறது இல்லை. ஸோ ஒரு ட்ரீ ஃப்ரூட்ஸ் காய்க்கலைன்னா பேர்ட்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் கோயிங் டு கோ தேர். பேர்ட்ஸுக்கு விங்ஸ் இல்லைன்னா இட் இஸ் மீனிங்லெஸ். ஸோ வேல்யூ இல்லாத ஒரு எஜுகேஷன் இஸ் சிமிலர். ஸோ வேல்யூஸ் ஹாவ் டு பி இன்கல்கேட்டட் ஃப்ரம் சைல்ட்ஹுட். இட்ஸ் த கம்பைன்ட் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி ஆஃப் பேரண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் டீச்சர்ஸ். ஸோ இந்த வேல்யூஸ் அப்படின்னா நம்ம சூப்பர்ஸ்டிஷியஸ் பிலீவ்ஸை வந்து நம்ம வேல்யூஸ்னு சொல்ல, லைக் ரெஸ்பெக்டிங் எல்டர்ஸ், when somebody comes home, getting up and asking them to come inside, wishing them, giving elders some water when they want to. So these are all small gestures which we have to start teaching our children right from early childhood. So in the small values will go a long way in this child to play in a group, in communicating well with all age groups. ஸோ எல்லாமே நமக்கு டீம் ஒர்க் தான். ஸோ அந்த டீம் ஒர்க் வரத்துக்கு தீஸ் கைண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் வேல்யூஸ் இஃப் யூ இன்ஸ்டில் ஏர்லி ஆன் இன் சைல்ட்ஹுட் வில் டெஃபினெட்லி ரேஸ் த சைல்ட்ஸ் வேல்யூஸ் இன் future, and they will always remember these things however old they are. They will remember these values, and these values will never be forgotten, so that their lives are more meaningful. I think I have covered many points during this session. இதை தவிர ஐ எம் நாட் ஷுர் whether they have left anything in the questions what the parents have asked for. So if so, I will definitely, if there's anything in the chat box after this, I would definitely be happy to answer. With these few words, I end my talk, and with a note of appreciation to Sri Shakti group of institutions, and big thanks to all the teachers, the vice chairman here, and all the parents. A big thanks to all of you for organizing and giving me an opportunity to talk to you, and I'm very happy to answer your questions if you have after this session. Have a great evening. Thank you so much.